You know, you never were really good at sneaking up on people. Concealing your presence and concealing your intent are two very similar but distinguishable things. How many times do I have to tell you this? But I must admit, it is sort of endearing in a way how you've never actually grasped the concept of stealth after all these years. So, go on now, show yourself. I said, show yourself. I already know you're here, so don't bother lurking around the shadows anymore. And there they are. It's been way too long. How's it been? Hey. Slow it down a bit. Let's just talk. Catch up with each other, tell some stories. Come on. We're still siblings, aren't we? Sure, keep telling yourself that. However, despite all those opportunities you've had to stop me, I'm still here, alive and breathing, so please, sit. Are you sure? I mean, you have been following me for quite some time now. I imagine you'd at least be somewhat exhausted considering how much I've been traveling these past few days. Heck, not even the scouts could keep up with me. Don't make it sound so deliberate. It just didn't matter whether or not I killed them. And it's not like I've been keeping my presence a secret. I want them to know I'm coming. Why oh why? Simply so that they can count the days they have left to live. But, of course, why else would I go through all this trouble if not to kill them and banish their kin from this world? Oh, but I am serious. I'm just as serious as you are convicted to the cause you've devoted yourself to. They can call themselves the new gods all they want, but they're just modified humans. They bleed and they have souls. And as with all of us, they are also entitled to a heaven to try to get into, as well as a hell they can be condemned to. They just make it seem like they're immortal, but they're just really, really durable. Well, if you were to put it simply, then yes, that would be the gist of my plans. I won't be able to get close enough to the capital. Is that so? Would you care to explain? You make it sound like erasing my administrative profile from the Capitol record is going to be an issue. 'Cause I can assure you that it's not. All you need to know is that I'll just be able to get in. That is, of course, if you're actually here to do what you were sent here to do. Don't, man. You and I both know why we're even talking to each other right now. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Yeah, of course you are. But stopping me also includes, but is not limited to, putting a bullet in my head. Or am I wrong in assuming that they told you to stop me at any cost? Yeah, I don't want to hear any of that propaganda. They were kind enough to let me talk you out of this, or they're still willing to give me a chance to repent as long as I surrender now. Come on, man. I know you're not that stupid. They sent you here to test your loyalty to their cause. If anything, they just want to make sure that the apple doesn't fall too close to the tree, you know what I mean? You're not going to talk me out of this. You of all people should know that I finish what I set myself out to do. That is the assumption, yes. I don't really expect them to give up and hang themselves the moment I walk into the Capitol, so yeah. In fact, it would be pretty boring if they didn't put up that much of a fight, you know. You don't think I understand what exactly. The amount of crimes they've committed. The people they've slaughtered. The lives they've ruined in the name of peace in a unified world. But if you're telling me that I don't understand what I'm up against, well, thank you for your concern. Glad to know that you still care for me despite everything you put me through. Oh no! I'm not mad at you for throwing me into prison for a crime I didn't commit. I'm furious because you chose to side with these monsters and allowed them to do whatever they wanted right in front of you. You had to. You had to do nothing to stop them from doing the horrible things they've done. You actually trusted them to make the choice on who lives and who dies. If only you could hear yourself talk right now. Don't tell me you actually think any of this is right. Then you think Elena's murder was justified. Really? An accident? Because from the way that I see it, it was an assassination. All the people that died that day, including her, knew what those things would become if we trusted them. And look where that got us. People are dying every day, and nations and lands are being invaded, if not destroyed, all for this twisted notion of a unified world for mankind, which you know more than anyone is an act. You know that if we could, we would. But not like this. The three of us believed in a world of unity and peace, but not like this. And if there was any way to achieve that without taking any lives, and of course we would have done it, but taking lives indiscriminately, how can you ever find a way to justify that? You of all people should know that no cause will ever be exempt from sin and ignorance, no matter how noble it may seem to be. I would be lying if I said that wasn't the case. I don't think Elena would ever forgive me if I didn't at least try to make things right, no matter how impossible they may be. So, if you're going to stop me, you'd better pull out the gun I gave you, or else you'll be the one who ends up dead. Seeing as you're willing to sacrifice thousands of innocents for the sake of your cause, I'm not opposed to killing the only family I have left if it means saving millions more. It's too late for that, love. You can either move aside or strike me down where I stand. It's your convictions against mine.